Imagine this: you're standing in front of a huge crowd, ready to speak your mind. Everyone is watching you, waiting for you to say something. But there's just one problem: you can't speak the language they understand. You're filled with panic, confusion, and frustration. You try, but the words don't come out. You feel stuck. How would you feel in that moment? Nervous, ashamed, defeated? Now, let me take you on a journey. This story is about someone just like you. Someone who was once unable to speak English. They couldn't even say hello without getting nervous. But that person, against all odds, became fluent in English. Want to know how? Want to find out how they turned their fear into power? Well, let's begin. Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Maya. Maya lived in a small village where people spoke only one language. But Maya had big dreams. She wanted to travel the world, meet people from different cultures, and learn new things. There was one problem, though. She didn't know how to speak English. She saw other people around her speak it so fluently, and it made her feel embarrassed. What if I make a mistake? What if I sound silly? What if they laugh at me, she thought. One day, Maya was sitting near a river, feeling sad. Her dreams of traveling the world felt so far away. She wished she could speak like the people she admired. It was then that an old man came by carrying a basket full of fruits. He smiled at Maya and said, "You look troubled, young one. What is on your mind?" Maya sighed and said, "I want to learn English, but I'm too scared. I don't know where to begin. What if I fail?" The old man smiled kindly and sat next to her. "Let me tell you something, Maya. When I was a young boy, I also wanted to speak English. I, too, was afraid of making mistakes. But I learned something very important. Learning English isn't about being perfect, it's about being brave enough to try. It's about taking one step forward, even when you're scared. And that's how you grow." Maya was curious. But how do I begin? Where do I start? The old man laughed softly. "Start small, Maya. Start with words you already know. Practice speaking with people around you. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because every mistake is a lesson. Learn from it and keep going. Remember, no one speaks perfectly. Even native speakers make mistakes. But it's the courage to keep going that makes you better." Maya felt a spark of hope. She decided to take his advice. Every day, she practiced speaking English, even if it was just for a few minutes. She started by reading out loud, learning new words, and repeating phrases until they felt natural. It wasn't easy at first. She stumbled, made mistakes, and sometimes felt embarrassed. But the more she practiced, the more confident she became. One day, while visiting a nearby town, Maya met a group of travelers who spoke English. They invited her to join their conversation. Maya felt nervous at first, but she remembered the old man's words. She took a deep breath, smiled, and said, "Hello, my name is Maya. I would love to talk with you." To her surprise, the travelers didn't laugh or make fun of her. Instead, they smiled and encouraged her to keep speaking. They were patient, kind, and happy to help her. Maya realized that learning English was not about speaking perfectly, it was about connecting with others, sharing her thoughts, and learning from them. And so Maya's journey continued. She traveled to many different places, met people from all over the world, and became fluent in English. But she never forgot the lesson she learned from the old man. Learning is a process, and it's okay to make mistakes along the way. The key is to keep trying, to stay curious, and to never give up. Now, you might be wondering, what does Maya's story have to do with you? Well, the answer is simple. Just like Maya, you too can learn to speak English. You can break through the barriers of fear, embarrassment, and doubt. You can take that first step, no matter how small it may seem, and begin your own journey. The first tip I want to share with you is this: start with what you know. Look around you. There are words you already understand, phrases you already use in your everyday life. Begin by practicing those words out loud. Speak them with confidence. This will help you build a foundation, and from there you can start learning more. The second tip is to practice every day. Set aside a few minutes each day to speak, read, or listen to English. Consistency is the key to progress. Even if you only practice for 10 minutes a day, it's better than doing nothing. Slowly, you will notice your skills improving. Another important tip is to listen to English as much as possible. Whether it's watching movies, listening to music, or following podcasts, surround yourself with the language. This will help you become familiar with its sounds, rhythm, and patterns. The more you hear it, the easier it will be to speak it. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are a natural part of learning. They show that you are trying, and each mistake is a stepping stone to improvement. When you make a mistake, don't be discouraged. Learn from it, laugh at it, and keep going. Also, remember that learning English is not a race. It's okay if you don't become fluent overnight. Take your time, enjoy the process, and celebrate every small victory. Whether it's understanding a new word or having your first full conversation, every achievement counts. As you continue on your journey, don't forget to stay motivated. There will be days when you feel like giving up, when the progress seems slow, but keep going. Think about why you want to learn English. Think about the doors it will open for you, the new opportunities, the new friends, and the new experiences. Hold on to that vision and let it drive you forward. By now, I'm sure you're wondering, what if I still feel scared? And that's perfectly normal. Fear is a part of learning. But remember, this courage is not the absence of fear. It's the ability to move forward despite it. The more you push through your fear, the easier it becomes to face the next challenge. If you ever feel discouraged, remember Maya's story. She started with small steps, and now she speaks English confidently. You, too, can achieve the same. You already have the power within you to succeed. All you need is the courage to begin, the determination to keep going, and the belief that you will succeed. So, are you ready to take that first step? Are you ready to let go of your fear and embrace the adventure of learning? Because the world is waiting for you. English will open doors, connect you with amazing people, and give you the tools to unlock your full potential. And just like Maya, you'll look back one day and realize how far you've come. From those first hesitant words to speaking fluently, from the doubts to the confidence, you'll see how learning English has changed your life. Let's continue with some more powerful tips to help you on your English learning journey. These tips are designed to make your learning experience not only easier but also more enjoyable. One of the most important things you can do is immerse yourself in English as much as possible. Surround yourself with the language every day. Read books, listen to podcasts, watch English TV shows, or even follow social media accounts in English. When you surround yourself with the language, you start thinking in it. This is one of the most effective ways to improve your skills without even realizing it. Think about how you learned your first language. You didn't study grammar books all day, you simply heard it all around you, and slowly you understood. Do the same with English. Let it become a part of your everyday life. Next, let's talk about speaking with others. I know it's scary to speak a new language. You might fear making mistakes or that others will judge you. But here's a secret: the more you speak, the better you get. Find someone you can practice with, whether it's a friend, a language exchange partner, or even a teacher. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Everyone starts somewhere. It's perfectly okay to say something wrong. The key is to keep trying. Speaking with others will help you get used to the rhythm and flow of the language, and it will give you the confidence to speak more. Here's a tip that's often overlooked, but very powerful: learn with fun activities. Learning doesn't have to feel like a chore. In fact, when you enjoy the process, you'll learn much faster. Play language games. Watch your favorite movies in English with subtitles, or even try singing along to English songs. These activities not only make learning fun, but they also help you pick up new vocabulary and improve your listening skills. And guess what? You won't even realize you're learning while you're having fun. Now let's focus on one very important habit that will take your English to the next level: writing in English every day. Start a journal, write short stories, or even post on social media in English. Writing helps you organize your thoughts and practice new words. It also gives you a chance to experiment with sentence structure, grammar, and vocabulary without the pressure of speaking. Plus, when you look back at what you wrote, you'll see how much you've improved over time. Another tip is to build a strong vocabulary. Learning new words is essential for expanding your ability to express yourself. But how can you remember all those words? The secret is to practice them in context. Don't just memorize a list of words. Instead, try using them in sentences. Write them down, say them out loud, and practice them in real-life situations. You can also use flashcards or apps that help you learn and review new vocabulary. Over time, you'll find that you have a growing list of words at your fingertips. Let's also talk about listening and understanding English. This is a crucial part of learning the language, and it's something that many people overlook. You might be able to read and write English, but can you understand it when someone speaks to you quickly? One way to improve your listening skills is to listen to English content regularly. Start with slow, simple material and gradually work your way up to faster, more complex language. You can also try listening to podcasts or watching YouTube channels that focus on learning English. The more you practice, the better you'll become at understanding the language in different contexts. Here's a very important tip: don't compare yourself to others. Everyone has their own pace when it comes to learning. Some people may learn faster and others may take a little longer. But that's okay. The most important thing is to focus on your own progress. Celebrate your small victories, whether it's learning a new word, speaking for the first time without hesitation, or understanding something you couldn't before. Learning English is not a race. It's a journey, and every step forward is a success. Let's talk about something that is often the hardest part of learning a new language: overcoming your fear. It's normal to feel anxious or afraid when speaking English, especially if you're worried about making mistakes. But here's the truth: no one is perfect, not even native speakers. Everyone makes mistakes. The key is not to let those mistakes hold you back. Instead, use them as stepping stones to improve. With every mistake, you are learning something new. Don't be afraid to speak up. In fact, the more you speak, the more your fear will fade away. Just keep going, one conversation at a time. Let's not forget about using technology to your advantage. There are so many tools and apps available to help you improve your English. Use language learning apps like Duolingo, Babbel, or Memrise. They offer interactive lessons that you can do at your own pace. You can also use dictionary apps to help you understand new words and phrases. Another great tool is voice recognition software, which helps you practice your pronunciation and get instant feedback. Technology can make learning easier, more fun, and more interactive. One final tip: stay patient and trust the process. Language learning takes time, and there will be moments of frustration. But remember, every day that you practice, you are getting better. You are getting closer to your goal. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. You will reach a point where you look back and realize how far you've come. And when that happens, you'll feel a sense of pride and accomplishment that makes the whole journey worthwhile. So, now you know the secret to learning English: courage, consistency, and curiosity. You have the power to succeed, and with each step, you are building a stronger foundation. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Countless others have faced the same challenges, and they've come out stronger on the other side. You can do it too. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and never give up on your dream of speaking English fluently. Your story is just beginning. So, take that first step today and watch how your world begins to change. Because learning English is not just about speaking a language. It's about connecting with the world, opening new doors, and creating a future full of possibilities.